Hello and welcome back to the quest for pace. Today I am going to review the adidas EQ21 shoe. I ran this particular shoe for 71 kilometers. All of the runs were easy runs because this is the only type of run you can do in this particular shoe. Why, I will tell you at the end of this review when we come to the summary of the shoe. Let's start with the outsole. The outsole is pretty solid, it's pretty good. I had no issues with the outsole at all. I could run with the shoe in dry conditions. I can also run very good with the shoe in wet conditions. There's not much wear and tear to see in the outsole after 71 kilometers, but this could also be due to the fact that I was just doing some easy runs in this shoe. The rubber protects very well the midsole, the bounce foam. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased by the outsole. The only problem of the outsole is that it's so huge, it basically covered the entire shoe, which is on the one hand pretty good. On the other hand, the rubber is super heavy. Overall, the shoe is super heavy, so you notice a lot of weight of that shoe, but that's beside the point. So yeah, the outsole is pretty good. The midsole, made of this bounce foam. At first I thought, by the name of it, it will be a bouncy ride, it will be somewhat of a soft ride, but that is not the case. So the bounce foam is rather firm and the ride itself in the shoe is also really firm. I also tried to see if there will be a little bit more of softness when I run downhill, because I do have well, some part of the road is going up and down a lot here in this region, and so I was trying to run downhill, and even then, under some more pressure, the ride was rather firm. So just that you know, I was a little bit surprised by it. So I would have preferred that the bounce foam is a little bit more softer, is a little bit more forgiving, especially here at the heel part of the shoe. But that's not the case, so it's really a firm ride, but it is a solid and stable ride. The ride is even supported by this hard plastic material going around the heel, so it really gives you a nice support, it really gives you a good stability. In this case, the run itself in the shoe is very stable, it's very good, it's very solid. Can't complain about it, unless you want to go faster, because this shoe, at least to my feeling, only works well at lower paces, so at easy runs. But this is also its strength, I would say. So yeah, the support here, made of this hard plastic, is pretty good, pretty useful. The heel counter itself is nice, it's pretty standard, so nothing to really write home about. But it gives you a nice support, it nicely protects your heel, and yeah, this is all you want to get from this shoe, I guess. The upper, especially here in front of the toe box, is not very breathable, especially during hot days, which we do have right now. The shoe is super warm, so I tried it with very thin socks, but still, my feet were really getting hot in the shoe, and it was not really a comfortable ride. So please keep this in mind if you want to pick up this shoe. It is not very breathable, so yeah, this could be improved. This could be improved a lot. For winter running, this shoe might be pretty good because it will be quite warm, but for summer running, it is not so great. The upper is enhanced by those two plastic shoelace supports. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of these things is. On the one hand, I find it pretty interesting because this support really holds your laces in place. So in case the laces open up, the shoe would still sit solidly on your foot. So I think this is a good thing. But for the lock-in in the shoe, this feels really weird because you have to put a lot of effort into tightening the shoelaces and make sure that the shoelaces are really well laid out and really well securing your foot. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of these hard plastic shoelace holders is, but yeah, it's an interesting style. It's a very interesting style. The tongue of the shoe is quite soft, protects your foot nicely. You do not feel anything of the laces nor the hard plastic out here. So yeah, your foot is protected pretty well on the shoe. The laces are pretty standard, so there is nothing to write home about, but that's okay for the price point at which the shoe sells. So yeah, the laces are pretty good. There's one thing with the lace system of the shoe, and that is, as you can see here, there's only this upper hole, but you do not have a second hole up here that you can tie a runner's knot. So the lock-in of this shoe is not that great, to be honest, so it could be improved. And yeah, because of this missing additional hole up here, the shoe is really hard to tighten at your foot, to secure your foot, to have a good lock-in. And with this, yeah, the shoe is only good for, well, easy runs. And yeah, this is my final verdict. So this shoe is pretty good if you just want to go for an easy run, but that's all you can do with this shoe. So for whom I would recommend this shoe for? I would recommend this shoe either for those who like to start running, who have absolutely no idea with running and just want to give it a try. This shoe is super cheap, so you can pick it up and just try out running, but you might get disappointed by this shoe quite quickly because you can't progress that much with that shoe. So it would be a good shoe as an entry into running, but I think you will quickly notice, okay, I need a better shoe, I need a different shoe that I can improve my running. This shoe also is pretty good for runners like me, runners who are putting in a lot of volume and who really want to have some easy runs during the week. For this, the shoe is pretty good because you only want to do easy runs in the shoe, so there's no real incentive, no motivation of that shoe. Hey, come on, run faster, I am supporting you, I am inspiring you to run faster because there's so much of a fun ride. No, this shoe is just a stable run, it's just a stable ride. And yeah, this makes it pretty good for runners like me who otherwise would get into some faster runs in the end accidentally. This shoe holds you back, and I think this is the biggest advantage of this shoe. So yeah, to summarize this shoe is good, it provides a stable ride, but unless you are a very specialized runner, I wouldn't really recommend this shoe for you unless you are like me, as said, and you just want to get in some easy miles for a bargain. Then this shoe is pretty good. Otherwise, there are better alternatives, especially for those who like to get into running. I will come back with a good example like the Adidas SL20.3 shoe, because this shoe is really amazing, but this will be a future review. So yeah, there you have it. This is the Adidas EQ21, pretty solid, pretty stable ride. But you can't expect too much from this shoe. It is pretty good for an easy run, but that's all you can do in this shoe. I hope you found this review helpful, I found this review interesting, and I hope I see you again in a future episode of The Quest for Pace. Until then, and as always, stay motivated, stay running, see you!